Hi, I'm Andrea, and this is Chris. And we started the Lives per Gallon Story project in the wake of the BP oil spill as a way to meet some people and hear their stories of people who had been impacted by the spill who we didn't think were being heard.
So after the spill, we flew down to New Orleans and rented a car and bought this map and literally started driving to everywhere we could and just interviewing anyone we could about how their lives are being impacted, this whole area. And then a year later, we went back and re interviewed those people and met some new folks, and this is their story.
You see my boats, they sitting there. They've been sitting there since the oil spill, except for the few little couple of months they worked for the Vessel of Opportunity, and I only had one of them working on that. And this is what we do now. Our oyster beds are dead. My oyster beds are right back here, and they're all dead. I mean, how do you work with no oysters?
A large majority of our people, especially the elder, um, and like I was saying yesterday to somebody, we didn't need the scientists to come in to tell us, the food chain is contaminated. We knew, our elders knew, and some of them will not eat the fish or the shrimp. And if they do get a source of fish, they want to know where it's coming from, you know, just to be on the safe side. So it's really changed our diet all the way around.
It's something that we haven't done ourselves. This is a man-made catastrophe, and this is our livelihood. I mean, our family's been doing this for over 135 years, and it's just being taken away from us.
So much has passed, and we're going to the one process to another as far as purchasing seafood. We went from buying from locals to buying from brokers. Now we're so used to dealing with brokers that buying from fishermen that live in our neighborhood is not even an option at this time. Still yet a year later, we were doubting that it would be months, and now a year later we're not even thinking about buying from the fishermen. Nobody's fishing right now. Shrimp, oysters coming back, but the shrimp, they're not coming back right now.
I've got something on my lungs. The doctors haven't even, I got my CT scan Friday. The doctors haven't even told me what it is. I've bled bloody diarrhea for 45 days straight in July. And this all just a few days after being out fishing in the bay when they told us it was safe. And it wasn't safe.
But a lot of people had to do a lot of struggling with their claims with BP and trying to get their life back together again. Like I said, we did okay with that, but I still see people who struggle.
The hardest thing in all of this is that our oyster openers that we grew up with are no longer working with us. We've had to lay off all those different people that worked in the processing area. And my son's had a very difficult time. Has been depressed, been hospitalized, and that's been the hardest thing for me to deal with.
It's very frustrating. It's very depressing. We've seen a lot of mental health issues, a lot of domestic violence. We see what's really the most painful is the children, because we're starting to see the impact on the children, which we really never saw before. So it's having the entire family dynamics have changed.
Yeah, we would like it all to be in the past, but I'm scared to say that it is our future, it's our present. Um, Unfortunately, we get a lot of people in here that's doing the cleanup. We're still hearing tons of oil out there, and it's really scary to know that, we know it's going to be a long process, and we're hoping BP's doing what they need to do, but who's the watchdog on this? Is it BP hiring the contractors? You know, you don't know. That's the bottom line. We pretend that we know and we pretend that it's safe, but at the end of the day, I don't think anybody knows. I mean, who's feeding who information? And that's the scary things that go on. I mean, there's people who are doing a cleanup and they don't want to talk to anybody. Why? You know, that worries me.
All those cause and effects of this thing that happened a year ago yesterday is continues, and I don't see an end to it.
And then you have a claims process that's taking care of everybody but the people that lives here between St. Bernard and Barataria and Lafitte at ground zero. We were ground zero. Why would you not come and take care of the people in these communities first? We were the first to be put out of work, and we're going to be the last to go back to work.
And it's scary. It's real. It's happening. And I'm just an ordinary person, just like every one of you. I got an addiction. I'm addicted to oil, gasoline. I need it to drive. I need it in the plastic products I use. But I don't need it to be drilled this way irresponsibly, dumped in my backyard, poisoned us, and then lied to and not treated and hope to go away. I'm not going to be sprayed like a cockroach and expect to die.